For everything from video games, comic books, films, and beyond, you're listening to the Geek Guy Podcast with your host, Albert Albanese, here on the Slam Sessions Podcast Network. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Slam Sessions Podcast. Right here, it's the Geek Guy Podcast. I'm your host, Albert Albanese, and I'm with...
Thomas Melendez.
That's right, the dynamic duo is back, bitches.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah, you
All
can't
right.
see that.
Woo, but you heard it.
But you know.
The clap.
What? So, of course, if you want to know anything that goes on with the Slam Sessions Podcast, the Geek Guy Podcast, the Opening Whistle Podcast, the other podcasts that maybe I'll have in the future, there's a couple places you can go, and that's facebook.com/the Slam Sessions Podcast Network. Mm-hmm. Get on there, give the page a like, listen to all the other stuff we did, because, you know, not for nothing, me and Tom are pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think we're entertaining.
I'm entertained by myself and by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should be too.
Damn straight.
Hopefully.
And on Twitter, it's at the Slam Sessions. Go there, give that page a like. It's going to be the same stuff on both of them, but, you know, you can listen twice. That makes our views go up.
Ooh. How very generous of you.
You know, I mean, that's gentlemanly.
Christmas in July.
Boom, baby. So, real quick, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a couple of big things. Obviously, me and Tom haven't been together here for in a little while.
Yep.
So we have a couple of things to cover.
We missed you guys.
We did, and you missed us.
Hopefully.
They better. We're going to talk about the Thor Ragnorok, the brand new trailer that dropped. How about the new Justice League trailer that dropped?
Yeah, that's good too.
And how about the new Defenders trailer that dropped?
I'm excited about that too.
And how about Mother Effin' Spiderman Homecoming?
Yo, that movie was on point.
That movie.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. I mean, wow. Finally, we get to see Peter Parker played by a kid who's actually a kid, you know?
And he was a good Peter Parker and a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
A rare
definitely.
Combination.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see
Really
that
good.
before, but we're going to get into that a little bit later because we're going to open up with talking about some of these trailers. I was thinking about opening up with the Ragnarok trailer, but I feel like we have so much stuff to talk about when it comes to that and the Justice League trailer. Let's go with the one we kind of have a little bit of the least to talk about, just because you handicapped the whole situation.
I'm sorry.
The Defenders trailer.
Can I admit something to our audience right now?
This is a safe space.
Okay. I have not made the time to watch Jessica Jones or Iron Fist. Or any of them. All right, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. I've been trying. You know, work is tough. I get some really weird hours. I work 12-hour days sometimes, and no, come on, don't do this to me. You know, it's hard. You know, plus Netflix never works on my phone for some reason, and
that's an issue.
Yeah, you know, if it did, I'd probably catch up on it because most of the time I'm just on an express bus. So, you know, it's really hard for me to catch up on these shows, but I hope you guys have been.
Are you connected to the Wi-Fi on the bus?
No.
Oh, okay, because if you were, that's the reason why it won't work. It does not work if you're connected to the Wi-Fi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, MTA backwards is ATM because they take all our money.
Yeah, and give us absolute crap at the end of it.
Yeah, thanks.
But I will admit that I did admit a couple of months ago, actually, on this podcast that I did not actually get to see Iron Fist. But don't fear, I watched the whole damn thing.
He pulled through. I guess you're going to have to carry me on this one.
I will put the weight of the world on my shoulders, as I always do.
Let's do it.
So, you know, there's not a lot to talk about this trailer because it was very similar to the first trailer, and I covered that in depth. If you want to go and listen to that, go back and listen to that specific podcast because it's on there. The stuff that I do want to say is that this looks sick. Now,
it does.
Now, my first thing is that a lot of people talked a whole bunch of crap about the Iron Fist series. I actually enjoyed the Iron Fist series, so some people might, you know, take my opinion with a little bit more of a grain of salt because people really did not like Iron Fist. I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I heard a lot of bad and negative reviews, but a lot of good things as well. So, you know.
I mean, personally, from my point of view, was it the weakest out of all of them? Yeah, I believe so. But by that same point, I think it was still a solid series. So with that being said, seeing this trailer, it's the 4 heroes coming together, and I got to admit, this was absolutely solid. There's not much that I didn't like about this trailer. There's actually a lot. Most of the stuff that we did, I actually did enjoy. The action scenes were pretty badass. You got to admit that.
Yeah, that was very well done. It doesn't feel like it's like just a show on television. That trailer was on point. You see a lot of the characters coming together. They look like they work pretty well. I'm assuming this is them first coming together,
yes.
right?
Yes. None of them. Well, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage have met.
Yes.
And yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, Colleen Wing. It was just on was just on Iron Fist. Claire Temple, though, has been on all the shows so far. So Claire Temple, actually, yes. So she knows all 4 of them. She's the only link between the 4 of them. That's it. So that's that it is what it is. But I think that the trailer looks solid. The action looks good. The comedy's there. I like how they kind of get on Iron Fist a little bit with the whole chi thing. We see Jessica Jones still an absolute fall down drunk.
The way she chugged that beer, wow.
Yeah, the end of that trailer. Whew. Wow, boy.
Man, does she even need to breathe?
What? Sorry. I didn't say that, did I? So anyway, I liked how
Luke Cage is still a powerhouse, of course.
Right, and he's just gruff and tough like he always is, and. Daredevil, man, let me tell you something. I just went back. I rewatched the first season of Daredevil. I'm rewatching the second season because I love Frank Castle and the Punisher in that series. I saw John Bernthal at Comic-Con do his panel right after we saw that series, and he's a super cool guy, so I can't wait for the Punisher to come out. But, I mean, Daredevil to me has just been by and far the best TV series that Marvel has produced since we got the new MCU. And I mean,
I heard Daredevil was top notch. Like out of all of them, Daredevil was really good.
If you're going to start anywhere, start with Daredevil.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I heard Luke Cage was really good too.
Luke Cage was amazing.
Yeah, it really hits home too with a lot of people in New York, especially if you're like in Harlem area.
Right, and most of these shows, all these shows take place in New York. It's just different areas. We know that Daredevil is going to be in Hell's Kitchen. We know that Luke Cage is in Harlem. There's a little bit of crossover with Jessica Jones. Danny Rand too, and it's it's really like the evolution of all these characters looks like they're going to evolve even more during this season. They form the Defenders. I think that this is going to be one of the more enjoyable shows that we're going to see.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, it looks like it's on its way. Yeah. Looks like it's going to have a nice strong start, and hopefully it follows through. Didn't we see Elektra?
Yes,
she's in that too.
Sigourney Weaver's also in the trailer. I mean, there's a lot of really good things about this. It looks like Elektra might be playing for both sides at one point. You don't exactly know where her loyalties are going to lie. It looks like in the very beginning she looks like she's maybe a bad guy, and then maybe she turns her back. I don't know. It's something we have to find out. But that's something we'll see later on. Another, I mean, when it comes right down to it, I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I can't wait for this whole thing to come to pass. It's like a birthday present for me. It's coming out next month, and that's awesome. I can't wait to just ingest the whole thing.
And this is just another reason for me to finally watch all of these shows.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you're all disappointed in me.
It's all right. There's a lot of geek stuff that I didn't do, and this is theoretically I started this podcast. So I mean,
you know what? But this is great in a way. This is really good because that means that everyone growing into these or who's just interested in all these things is that there's such a large variety of things to get into geek-wise that you can't keep up with it all. And you know what? In a way, that's really good because nobody wants to sit there, with just the one thing that everyone gets into, So this is actually a good thing that I'm not into it yet. That just means that I've been following up on other things I've taken interest in.
Well, talking really quick, I mean, a lot of people have kind of tried to reject my nerd card in a way because I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't watch it either. And it's not because I tried to watch it and I disliked it. I don't have the time to watch that show.
Same here. I never tried to watch
it. It came around at a bad time. I'm invested in a couple other things. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on your show, but I'm really big into anime as well. I loved anime since the first time it hit the U.S. shores. I was on it, and I was on it before the U.S. was even popular with it. When you guys were watching G.I. Joe and all that on Saturday morning, I would change the channel, Sci-Fi channel, after I believe 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and they would start showing anime. So I was up on my anime from my youth.
For those of you who don't know Tom, I know a lot of people who are listening to this probably do know Tom, but his anime collection is one of legend.
Yeah, I like to think so. Actually, I mean, man, I don't have some of these big game changer collections. For instance, I do have a vast number of animes, older animes. The new stuff, though, I mean, it's such easy access. I don't run and purchase it immediately. For instance,
You'll get there.
Yeah, eventually,
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy I haven't purchased yet, but I love it. And Hulu has it, so, I just replay it and every so often, which I love that show. But there's there's an anime, I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard of it. It's called One Piece.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
I can't get into that. 600 episodes in.
No, it's crazy.
I can't do that.
No, I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time.
If I don't have time to watch Game of Thrones, I don't have time to watch a friggin' 600 episode anime.
I'm sure there are a bunch of fillers. But anyway, let's get into Justice League.
Yeah, real quick before we get off that one day we're gonna do an anime episode.
Yeah,
it's gonna basically be the Tom Melendez show where I'm just gonna kind of moderate and just talk about some of the stuff that I hate that you love. And some of the stuff we both mutually love, and a lot of stuff that I haven't seen.
All right, well, I hope everyone's ready to listen in on the fight. We're gonna throw hands. He's gonna insult some
everybody
anime.
is going to hate me, and you know it because every time anime is brought up, I point out one, and I'm not going to spoil it. I point out one anime I absolutely do not like, and everybody hates me for it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it either. I'll wait. We'll wait to that episode.
We're gonna do that soon.
But let's agree on something.
How about this? The Justice League trailer?
Yeah. It looks really good. It looks really good. Look, we all know that DC's kind of been screwing up here and there. A lot of people didn't like Man of Steel. I loved it.
I liked it.
I loved it, actually. You really got
best Superman movie ever.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, he got to display his power, and that's what he's about.
I think we might have mentioned this on this podcast before, but it's worth repeating again. Before Man of Steel, Tom had a saying about the Superman movies that I echoed every single time and completely agreed with him. And that saying is,
every single Superman movie ever sucked.
Until Man of Steel.
Yeah. Until Man of Steel.
I completely agree with that.
They did what they could with what they had at the time. But at that same point, man, come on.
Yo, there were just too many weird things. Yeah. What the hell is that whole...
the S on the chest?
Yeah, and just rips it off and it just throws... Oh, come on, man. What are you doing? He's got so many powers. Why are you adding something? And when you're adding something, why are you adding something so stupid?
I know. Didn't he get attacked by a Thundercat man on the moon?
Probably.
Radioactive Thundercat man.
I try not to remember these freaking terrible movies, man.
Ugh. Oh, well, let's not dwell in the past.
So now we know that that you're right. They messed up a lot. A lot of people didn't like Man of Steel. I mean, I thought it was good.
Batman v Superman felt rushed.
But the extended cut that you talked about, it was actually pretty damn solid. I liked it.
You know what? The extended cut was really solid. I have had this discussion with you before. We should just do an episode of a breakdown of that, how it could have been saved. But, don't take Doomsday and shove it down our throat.
This has been everybody who I've talked to that's been their complaint.
Yeah, man, that's a big character. And you know why nobody felt bad that Superman died? Because there's no real character development. As a matter of fact, if you look at the movie again, when Superman dies, nor Batman or Wonder Woman or any of them cried. Just Lois Lane. She cried a little bit. She probably let out a little fart. She's stressed out. She, a little fart there, if anything. Some tears, sure. But Wonder Woman was just shaking her head. She was like, man, man's world's so weak. And Batman's like, oh, God,
I'm dark and brooding. I don't cry.
Yeah, I don't cry. But that was like...
Poor Clark.
Yo, you know what? If you read like... At least I still have Martha.
Well, no, neither of them do.
Well,
no, Superman actually does.
Well, no, he's dead.
Well, he...
See, one Martha's gone, but one son of a Martha's gone.
I see what you're
now
saying.
he can just adopt...
Yeah, he can adopt
Superman's
mom.
Martha.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I already can call you mom because your mom's got the same name as me.
And when she says, "You're not my son," and he goes in for an aggressive hug and screams out, "Close enough.
Mom!
We both wear capes."
I love you.
But anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's why nobody cried, not even in the movie, because there wasn't enough development.
Right, and then,
but
we righted the ship with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, yes.
Suicide Squad also is worth mentioning. That it
was good.
It was good.
The beginning was a little sloppy.
It wasn't great. It was very well. It was well attended.
Why?
People went to go see it, but it wasn't. What, Captain Boomerang?
Yeah. Well, what's up with that unicorn?
God.
Don't Deadpool us. Just own him. Just own him. He's cool. All right. We didn't need him to have a unicorn. He's not Deadpool. Okay.
Agreed.
Just stop trying to bite off an MCU. You guys are DC. You guys are doing fabulous if you just stop comparing yourself to somebody else.
And look what they did. They took a female-led superhero film, and they made it the greatest female-led superhero film, quite possibly, that may ever take place.
It was a really good movie. I mean, a lot of people are saying, like, hey, it's pretty much, Captain America.
Yeah, it's an origin story.
Yeah.
Origin stories are always the same. Stop.
Yeah, just, chill out, all right? Maybe they are similar, but you know what? I loved it anyway, okay?
I think that this was absolutely the best DC film that's been made since the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. It was good. Batman v Superman had a lot of nice visual effects. But
it did. Zack Snyder's great with that.
Yeah, he really is. Storytelling, it was a little off.
That's where he falters. But the Justice League trailer, man, it looks
High
like
five.
we get... you heard
good.
that one too.
Yeah.
It looks like we get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Cyborg. He looks awesome.
Yeah, Cyborg looks great, and it's mostly CGI, and it doesn't look like it doesn't look like Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds film.
Oh yeah. That was terrible CGI.
Yeah,
that was really bad. Sorry, Ryan. Anyway,
he doesn't care. He's Deadpool.
Yeah, that's right. He made up for it real good. His wife probably loves him again.
Well, they met on the Green Lantern set, so.
Oh, maybe that was the silver lining right there.
That's the only good thing that came out of that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's, you know what? Good for you, man. Good for you for doing a shitty movie. Just to meet the woman of your dreams.
Congratulations.
That movie sucked.
That movie was awful, and I'm the biggest Green Lantern fan in the world. We'll talk about that a little bit.
But your game must be strong, my man, because she's your wife now, even though you did this shitty movie. I'm sorry.
And he was with Scarlett Johansson at that point, too. I mean,
Was he?
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy that he
that's
cheated on Scarlett Johansson.
Did he cheat?
I believe so.
All right, let's not get too muddy into this man's
whatever.
business.
Either way. I love Ryan Reynolds, so I can't talk crap.
Maybe he'll cheat on his wife with you then.
He might. Follow him on Twitter. It's the most entertaining thing you'll ever see.
Yeah, he's quite entertaining on there.
So we opened the Justice League trailer on Wonder Woman. And it was the best thing they could have done.
Yeah.
They were fresh off of the Wonder Woman film. It is so critically acclaimed and well received. Bam! All of a sudden, we see this, some guy come in with a briefcase. He's kind of shoot people up. Wonder Woman.
Boom. Yeah.
Yummy.
It looked great. And that was a great call on whoever decided to open up that trailer with Wonder Woman because you know what? She's taken the lead. She's
number one right now.
Yeah, she is, and she deserves it. Batman looks amazing. His costume looks really cool.
On point again.
I want to see more gadgets. All right, I want to see a
Agreed.
lot more gadgets. This guy, he's just a man. All right. I'm gonna.
Well, look,
we could sit here pointing out things in Batman v Superman that's just outlandish and not very Batman-like, but I'm not gonna do that right now. All right.
But you want to dwell upon. You want to, look. We're talking about the Justice League. How about the first Justice League trailer? He's in the car with the Flash. What's your superpower? I'm rich.
Okay.
Show it.
Yeah.
Show it to me.
Show us all the gadgets you are purchasing, not just your grunts and your sweat and hey, guess what? I'm hammering this tire because it's popular in the fitness world.
Right.
I'm fit. I'm Batman. No, you're rich. Show us something. Don't just, even if you had a gun that shot like dollar bills that are Batman shaped, it'd probably really suck, honestly. But
that'd be an awful weapon, but at least it shows you have
something
money.
more. He used like how many batarangs in Batman v Superman?
Yeah,
maybe 4.
Yeah,
4.
That's terrible.
Dude, come on, man. Just show us what you got. My God.
That's what I loved about the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, you want to talk about showing us what you got.
Yeah, that.
Boom.
Gadgets galore, Just do it. It's Batman, all right? Show us that he can throw a punch and then have this, I don't know, just give me a gadget.
I agree.
Give me a gadget. And you know what? They should have read, more Batman v Superman comics because that relationship between Batman and Superman is awesome. In the comics, really good. What about The Flash?
I mean, look, you said that, you weren't too crazy convinced.
Oh, his costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bulky, but you know what? We'll see how he does, It looks great.
Look, and here's another thing. Tom will lose his nerd card one more time.
Do it.
Tom has not watched either of the CW shows when it comes to Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl. Tom hasn't watched any of those. I personally am a huge fan of the CW series with the Flash, and I have to tell you that I love Grant Gustin's Flash, but Ezra Miller's won me over.
I feel like I'm being picked on.
No, you're not. You're not. It's nothing like that. I'm just saying, it's one of those situations where, I'm just a little bit more up on watching that stuff, but I think Ezra Miller's going to be great.
Busy man.
So anyway, but I think Ezra Miller's going to do a really good job. So now we get that the newspaper thing. The world is without hope. Superman's dead, and then we go into Steppenwolf debuts in Themyscira, and looks like he's about to raise some hell. And he says something very interesting. He says, there are no more lanterns. There's no more Kryptonians. That's our first mention of the Green Lantern into this brand new DCEU. And everybody knows I'm the biggest Green Lantern fan in the world. So that got me excited. But there's also one other little thing about the Green Lantern in this trailer.
Is that sighting?
I mean, look, there's something that somebody else pointed out and that I showed you, and you kind of seemed like maybe it could possibly be.
I was in denial at first, but then I looked at it. I was like, nah, it's just a light in the bottom of that ship. But then the very next clip, the green light is on the top right of the ship.
Right. And now what we're talking about is around roughly, because it depends on which video you click on, but roughly around the 257 to 258 mark of the trailer, there is a shot of a ship, and on the bottom of that ship is a glowing green light, a very bright glowing green light. Yep. Now we see it's on the bottom of the ship, and it's like, okay, maybe it is a light on the ship. But the next shot in the trailer is that same ship, and it's from behind, and it's on, if you're looking at it on the screen, it's on the right wing.
Yeah.
So it's on a completely different part of the ship.
So it's possible. Totally possible that that's a shot of the lantern. Maybe that's like him coming down and actually saving the ship from crashing or something. Or maybe it's just, the ship sending out flashes just like any other plane does.
I mean, look, we can speculate all we want. If it's me, I'm going to be pumped if it is.
You know what? Let's make a bet. $5 bet.
What do you think?
I say no because I know you're going to say yes.
I was actually going to say no.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't have the confidence in DC to put something in a trailer to leave it an Easter egg like that without them trying to spoil it in some way.
You know what? If you're going to say no, then I'll say yes. Just to make things interesting. $5?
$5.
Shake on it? Yeah, we just shook on it.
You can't see that.
This is a verbal contract.
Hold on. High five on it?
Okay.
You heard that.
That's a lie. He just spanked his thigh.
I actually spanked Tom's ass. This show just took a really weird turn.
No, you didn't. Don't touch me ever again. But anyway, Flash looks great. Wonder Woman, of course, looks good. Batman, wonderful.
I love her.
And speaking of love and hers, all the women are loving Aquaman.
Oh.
And why not? The dude's got long, luxurious hair. He's got abs, apparently. I don't know.
And
I
he
didn't
looks
look
like
at
a
him.
beast and talks all gruff like.
Yeah. I got crumbs in my beard.
I think we're all going to die.
I mean, you know what? He's a great actor. He looks the
Jason
part.
Momoa, yeah.
Yeah, he looks cool. He's got all these tattoos. It's like, it looks really good.
When we talked about the first trailer, I said that I thought Aquaman stole the trailer.
Yeah.
This time, I think this was a little more of Wonder Woman's trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the scene where the Flash is running around and Wonder Woman's diving for her sword, and he pokes it with his finger to her so she can grab it.
Yeah.
So there's some cool moments in the trailer. But, I mean, the thing I like is that we're showing that this is their first outing, and they're not confident. Flash is saying, I've never rescued anybody before. I've ran up and pushed people out of the way of things, but I've never been a hero.
Yeah.
Aquaman sitting there saying, I think we're all going to die. And you have Wonder Woman and Batman who are like, we're going to do this together, preaching teamwork. Nothing is, set. Alfred even says something along the lines of Cyborg to, do I know you? This is not a set team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just coming together. It's just like one big giant 911 call. They're banding together for the greater good. Doesn't look like there's going to be much time for them to really stimulate like a team,
Right.
It looks like they're just going to kind of wing it, which, hey, you know what?
I'm
Why
with it.
not?
Yeah.
It's a different approach. I think it's a good one. Plus, Cyborg, I wonder if he's actually working with the government when he comes into play. I wonder if they're even going to touch on that at all.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I want to see some good weaponry from him.
I completely
Maybe
agree.
some more gadgets than Bruce Wayne, apparently.
Just cheap-ass dollar store Batman.
Just show us some gadgets, all right?
Show us your gadgets, Batman.
Jeez, come on, take a page from...
Come on, Batman, show us your gadgets.
Yeah, why don't you guys take a page out of, like, Owlman, He had that suit, and it didn't look very heavy, but it was mechanical. He even rivaled Wonder Woman's strength at one point. He can hold her down. Of course, Owlman.
Yeah.
But he's like really cool Batman from an alternate dimension. Earth 2, that is. But let's not get into him. The trailer looked awesome. Steppenwolf looks like a great antagonist.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully he's not as weak as...
Ares.
Ares.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, you did not have a hard time with that.
No, definitely not.
You barely mushed your mascara.
She's like, my makeup's still perfect, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know why she just became what sounded to be like an African American woman in my imitation.
Yeah, I guess because when you say bitch and you turn into this sassy-ish thing.
I am pretty sassy. Yeah. Shh. Anyway,
kind of cool though.
Yeah. So that's Justice League, and we're gonna move on to what I think was the best trailer released, Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
There's
awesome.
We are almost a half an hour into this, and I feel like we're going to spend so much time on Ragnarok because there's so much to talk about.
It's really cool looking. A lot of cameos in that first shot.
The first shot is a giant tower, and on that tower is their busts of Ares, Beta Ray Bill, Man-Thing, and Bi-Beast. They also said there might be two of them that are on there that are unidentified that people don't even know yet. Maybe there are, maybe there aren't, but I mean, fan service.
Yeah.
Marvel is just so good with fan service.
They really are. Beta Ray Bill, finally.
We've had this conversation before on this podcast with how much you love Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, man.
And the Stormbreaker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He nearly toppled Crown City in the animated movie of World War Hulk, and we got to see that fight right there. That was really good. I wonder if we're gonna see him at all. I
would love to see there being some way, somehow, a Beta Ray Bill cameo.
Hell yeah, that'd be great. Oh man, that'd be so cool. And I have to wonder about Hulk. He comes in, he crashes through the door and everything like that. He's about to go toe to toe with Thor.
With the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah. And
oh yeah.
Yo, you gotta wonder though. All right, so if you've never read the comic, they had these discs placed onto their chest. I believe it was above the heart, if I remember correctly. I wonder if that disc will be featured.
Discs.
Yes, the obedience disc. I wonder if it's going to be featured in Thor Ragnarok. Maybe that's what drives Hulk to battle Thor,
Yeah, because, we know that when Hulk hulks out, he gets pretty pissed and he doesn't, think about it. But we've seen that, since the first Avengers where he did face Thor, and we know that Scarlet Witch played with his mind in Age of Ultron. Other than that, he's kind of aware of his surroundings, knows who to hit and who not to.
For the most part, yeah. I think the evolution of Thor. Well, the evolution of Thor is really good as well. But I was actually going to touch on Hulk. He's the very first movie. He's very beastly, super ripped and everything like that. Universal did it.
Yes.
So when he was featured in Avengers, he was a little more like an ape, which was cool. You could tell that Hulk was more in control.
Yeah.
With his anger. And then with Age of Ultron, when they were battling at the end, he seemed a little more conscious.
Yeah, absolutely. To know to get in that plane, to know to fly away.
Yeah, he's slowly evolving. And now, with that being said, you see in the trailer.
Let's say that for the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think that's going to be a very big discussion between the two of us.
Okay.
All right, so
Save it to the end.
we see Thor. It kind of opens up. Thor is kind of updating Hulk on what's been going on. Mjolnir has been destroyed by Hela.
Yep.
He's gotten captured.
Yep.
He's forced to fight. And one thing that we noticed is the imagery in this trailer.
What a great
My God.
looking city! Really cool. You got a lot of gray in the area, like a lot of stone, and the city is just so cool because it's got a combination of colors that we've yet to see. Not to mention,
it's so cool.
Yeah, right. Like you got the teal and a lot of red and yellow, and it's a cool looking city. It looks like it looks appropriate, for the movie. And different, it's not your typical Earth city where there's just like neon lights everywhere, right? It's really cool looking. Not to mention that giant gateway in the sky that just like
it seems like it's always open.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Must be one hell of a sunset on that planet.
Yeah, and
if the sun even sets on that planet, who knows what's going on?
How about that scene, with Valkyrie standing out in the background where we just see those
fireworks and everything like that.
Just the stuff just going off,
She's
and
hot.
She is, and she stands out like a sore thumb, and that's what you want, though. And they did it's the imagery in that trailer.
Love her armor.
Yeah, man.
It's really nice. It's that silverish, and she's got that blue cape going, and her sword has got like a tint of blue, it looks like.
She looks badass, man. She really does.
She looks hot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she looks like she's going to kick some ass, too. Jeff Goldblum playing Grandmaster.
I mean, what more can you say? He's perfect.
Yeah, he is perfect.
It's a perfect casting.
I think we even said that before.
Yeah, it's going to be something we're going to keep saying. We're going to see the movie in a couple of months, and we're going to say it again.
I wonder if that whole lipstick on the bottom lip, you see how he has the lipstick there? I wonder if that's going to be a fashion trend for men.
I'm going to start doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it, too.
I'm lying.
Yeah, I am, too.
Yeah, now that I said I was lying. Okay, so a couple of big things that stood out in the trailer. Obviously, we see Hela, and she, as a villain, and she looks badass, man.
She really does. Really cool.
Leading an army. She's got Scourge, who is the executioner behind her.
Mm-hmm. I didn't read the comic. I don't know too much about him, or too much about Hela either. But I heard he's really badass. He's really strong. He's not a character to sleep on. I don't know what direction the MCU is going to take with him, but hopefully it's a great one.
Yeah, he looks like pretty badass. I hope that this isn't a one and done, and then he gets killed off.
Sort of like Bam Bam Bigelow look.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Got the tattoos on his head and all that.
Great wrestling reference. God, I'm kind of a little turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. So I mean, and talking about that, a couple other pretty big cameos in there, villain wise. Korg from the Warbound.
Oh yeah, Korg looks like he's in there. He's got like this cool blue tint to his rock now. I guess he's some sort of precious metal. That's cool though.
No, I mean it looks like a little bit different, a little bit of a different take on him. I like that. Putting an MCU spin on him.
Yeah, I feel like maybe because they did feature. If you remember in the last Thor movie, Dark World, they did feature a creature that was similar to Korg.
Right, that giant rock monster that gets killed with like one swipe of a hammer.
So you gotta wonder, maybe he is just by you never know. Maybe he is like a different density.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he can actually like go toe to toe with these guys more than the rock monster that we saw in Dark World.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it could be a little bit something different, and I like if they're going to do something, let's do something a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, they might even combine him and like, I can't remember his name. He was a part of the Warbound, the Old Strong.
Oh, my God.
I can't remember his name either. anyone who remembers his name is actually listening to this right now.
Is yelling at us.
Probably.
Like, it's this!
Say it louder. Maybe we can hear you.
Well, this isn't live.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Anyway,
Too bad.
how about Surtur at the end? We see Hulk jumping off and going to crack him in the mouth.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's gonna be bad right there for him. You know, Hulk is gonna land on his kneecap and crack it.
I hope
so.
so.
Like, oh, my Lord.
My knee. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yo, Thor's gonna do some damage to this guy.
Do you want to mention who does his voice?
Oh, yeah, the same guy who, what was his real name? Clancy Brown, I think?
Something like that.
Maybe I
But
should Google it.
whatever. It's more important of whose voice he does.
Yo, he does Mr. Krabs' voice in SpongeBob SquarePants.
So now, Tom and I watched this trailer before the show started, and we're now expecting for this guy to sound like SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs, he's going to be like, me money.
Hulk, he's green like me money.
Yo, that's going to be interesting. I just know when I watch the movie, if they don't morph his voice enough, I'm just going to hear Mr. Krabs now.
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a little bit. And how about,
what about that wolf?
I was just gonna get to that.
What's his name?
I don't
Does he have a name?
remember.
But I think he's Loki's son.
Boom.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, everyone's probably screaming like, yeah, well, Hela is like his daughter also.
Right, but we don't know which way they're going to go with the MCU right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the original story of Loki.
I believe so. I believe it's a part of the Norse mythology.
Yes, that Loki's son is Hela and...
Well, his daughter.
I mean, yeah, whoops. Daughter is Hela, and thank you for that. And the wolf is his son. That wolf looks pretty badass.
I agree.
I hope Hulk doesn't hurt him too badly. Maybe a sleeper hold or something like Will Smith did to his dog in that movie.
I hope he beats the crap out of him.
Aw.
I'm only kidding. No, not really. If he's trying to keep them from leaving, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Maybe
I love big giant monster battles. I mean, you're a Godzilla fan, that's just gonna be cool.
Love it. Yeah, it's true. It should be very entertaining. It looks like Hulk is really gonna push his limits here with some new enemies to battle.
And like worthy enemies.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Thor is definitely worthy of battling him, and everyone has always wanted to see that ever since part 1. So we're finally
absolutely.
getting it.
Yeah,
years later.
Again, another one.
Oh yeah. So we were discussing before the feel of this movie, because if you haven't noticed already, all the MCU movies have a specific feel to it.
Absolutely.
The one we're about to discuss after this, Homecoming. That was like a high school.
Yeah, like a coming of age.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
it was appropriate. This feels like
a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, it
man.
really does.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You got Thor and Hulk. If you watch the animated series, which I don't really watch as much as I would like to, Thor and Hulk are like best pals. I mean, they even gave it like an epic high five midair after like destroying a couple ships. And,
Friend Hulk, come high five me.
Yeah, and the shockwave of that high five like destroyed a couple of their enemies too. It was pretty cool. So I want to see that relationship in this now.
I shall destroy our enemies with a gigantic high five.
Can we talk about Hulk yet, or?
Well, real quick,
it
starts with a buddy cop, kind of a feel, but you can see like their relationship does grow. Like in the beginning where they're talking about them battling each other, and it's like, oh, I won mightily and handily, and you just see him like getting smashed through a wall, and Hulk just gives him a look. He's like, for the most part.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
One thing I want to mention before we get into the Hulk stuff.
Shoot.
Mjolnir is no more. It was destroyed.
Yeah.
But at the end of that trailer, we see Thor rise up, and he has lightning shooting all over his place,
surging
in his eyes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's without having the hammer, man. I mean, Mjolnir.
There you go. Trust me, you're a bigger man than me, because I won't even attempt it. I just say, the hammer.
Thor's hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Why couldn't his just be Stormbreaker? That would have been so much easier to say.
I know, right? Stormbreaker just looks cooler too.
It does.
In my eyes.
I agree. But I mean, are we really going to see the evolution of how much of a god Thor is in this movie? Do you think? I mean,
maybe
that's badass, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll become one with the hammer, or maybe the hammer will reincarnate itself in a way. Because I know in one of the latest comics, the hammer does have like it does have a personality.
Right, it's like sentient, and you know, they made jokes about it, a little bit in that Thor Lives with Daryl skit where he like tucks Mjolnir into bed and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It kind of makes a little bit of sense that
true.
It's got its own little personality.
And maybe when it reincarnates, it'll be resembling the hammer from the Ultimates, the comic book series. Yeah, because that hammer is definitely bigger. It's more of an axe look to it.
You're always all about a bigger hammer, aren't you?
Always. Bet the ladies love it. So anyway, with the hammer, it's really cool looking, the Ultimates version. And you know what? And when you see Thor in the Ultimates version of himself, he does have like this, it looks like, if I can recall correctly, I think he has like a belt. And they did mention his belt.
In Spider-Man Homecoming.
They did. They absolutely did. So maybe it's going to go hand in hand just in time for Infinity War.
Could be.
Yeah, it's very appropriate.
Let's talk about it.
Well, Hulk?
Or what kind of Hulk?
So I think, not that I think, I know. It's got to be Smart Hulk.
Boom! There it is!
Yeah, I mean, like, he's talking now. He's calm, cool, collective. He's having a decent conversation with Thor. So I don't think it's necessarily exactly Smart Hulk, but you can see the evolution. He even looks a little less ape-like and more human-like.
Right. Which means it seems like there's a little more of Bruce Banner that might be in control.
Yes, like they're coexisting a little better. Maybe they've even come to terms with one another. Like we're stuck with each other.
Right, and let's look at the evolution. The biggest thing in the first Avengers movie was the fact that they go to get Thor, they go to get Hulk, and he stays out of a situation.
Yep.
Banner is staying out of a situation because he doesn't know how to contain. He keeps calling him the big guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to contain him. Now maybe because he's been coming out and having to be the Hulk a little bit more, he's learned.
Yeah, there's a mutual understanding.
Right, and this man, let me tell you. Tom's actually just put up a picture of him.
So I wanted to point out something to Albert right here I didn't discuss with him before. When he is talking to Thor, he's got those Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah, I saw that.
Neck, right? So that was I don't know if that's, I guess that's like it's definitely worth mentioning because he was wearing the same exact beads in a comic book when he had to go up against Wolverine in the Ultimates. And I can't remember exactly what the reason behind the beads were. I wish I knew actually right off the top of my head. But
I'm sure that there's some significance for them being looking that similar.
But that's fan service right there,
all the time, man.
They're really good with that.
I love Marvel, man. I really do.
Yeah, they're really good with that, man. You gotta respect it.
So I mean, any last thoughts on the Thor trailer before we?
Looks good. See it. This November.
Yeah, absolutely.
My birthday month. I'm excited. That's gonna be my gift to myself.
I'll be right there next to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring a turkey leg into the theater.
We should just bring an entire Thanksgiving dinner to the theater with us.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear sweatpants and just like throw like pounds of turkey meat in my pockets. and I just go pour gravy into it too. So I don't.
No, it's gonna be squishy,
but delicious and nutritious.
Squishy but delicious.
So Homecoming.
Speaking of things that didn't get squished, the spider didn't get squished.
Yeah.
How about Spider-Man Homecoming, man?
Dude, such a great movie. Like we said before, the whole high school feel, coming of age. Tons of spoiler alerts here.
Yeah, spoilers. You had a chance to see it. I gave you a non-spoiler review when I had gotten home from the theater when I saw it with Tom. You know that we are going to be talking a whole lot of spoilers.
Yeah. Like that suit, the combinations and everything like that. God. Really, really, really in depth with that. And it makes sense because that's Tony Stark right there. That's what he would do. He would think of anything and everything.
Well, let's ease into that. So we know he gets the new suit.
Yep.
And we see that Stark's holding him back a little bit. He wants to go after Vulture. We'll dig into Vulture a little
protocol.
bit. And right, the training wheels protocol. And then we have Ned taking that off, and all of a sudden, boom, he's got everything.
Even the kill mode.
Yeah.
That was crazy. There's even an article, I forgot who released it, saying that the real bad guy in the movie was actually Tony Stark, because what is he doing giving this kid a multi-million-dollar suit with a kill mode on it? What is he doing?
Yo, he's a 15-year-old kid, man.
Yeah, man. What are you doing, Tony? That's a little, that's really... I mean, most fathers won't even throw, like, the keys to their car to their 15-year-old. You give him this?
Yeah, well, I mean, he does giveth, and then he doth taketh away.
That he did.
But,
by the way, that armor of Tony Stark's was definitely Ultimate's fanfare service right there.
You can't see me, but I've just bowed my head in almost prayer for how amazing that looked.
Yeah, it looked really cool, the suit, you know? And we got new tech.
Yeah.
Every time you show Tony Stark, you gotta have new tech. You know, you had all those little robots that helped bring the Staten Island ferry together, and we're both from Staten Island.
Yeah, so that was really cool to see.
Yeah, it was nice to see. You know,
except for the fact that we noticed one huge, glaring, obvious mistake.
So if you're from Staten Island or you're ever in South Ferry area in Manhattan, you would know that after 9/11. They do not let any more vehicles onto the boats.
That is 100% true.
Absolutely no vehicles are allowed on the boat anymore, ever since then. And so when we saw the movie, you know, you could tell who was from Staten Island or who knew about the ferry or has ever ridden the ferry back in the day, because they knew. They're like...
We all turned to each other like, you can't have
cars on there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But hey, whatever, you know. Whatever. It was appropriate, because how else would the Vulture be smuggling his suit?
Right.
So it was cool. You know, I'm not going to fault you guys for that. That's cool.
And they actually admitted it afterwards. They said, oh, you know, we realized that but you know what? Whatever.
It's not like you know.
This is a you know, Marvel universe. So in the Marvel universe, maybe 9/11 never happened, or maybe you just are allowed to have cars on the ferry.
Yeah. That's just the way it is. Look, I'm not going to argue about that, because, I mean, there's a guy in a robot suit, saving us in that movie. That definitely didn't happen.
There's a guy with with mechanical webs that are just trying to, you know, string the Staten Island ferry back together.
Yeah. I love all the tech. The little spider on his chest.
Yes.
The wings. The parachute.
Yeah, the parachute, the wings.
That was really cool.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
And I like where they're going with the Spider-Man villains. Obviously,
right,
you know.
Let's talk about the villains real quick. So we know we have, you know, the Vulture,
which is no longer a drunk pervert.
Yeah,
which is good.
Come here, kids.
I'm Vulture.
I'm gonna take your candy.
I'm sorry. I'm just that that costume.
It's awful.
The old creep man flying above the city in a onesie. Get out of here.
I'm going to touch you when you sleep, children.
But Michael Keaton was not
Michael Keaton.
Vulture.
All right. Again, another great Marvel villain.
Yeah. He was really good in that. He played that part well.
And let's face it, you know, he had his reasons. You know, there's an old saying that a part of every villain, there has to just be a part where he thinks no matter what that he's actually right.
Yeah.
Damage Control gets, you know, the contract. You know, they steal out from underneath these guys. Mm-hmm. He needs a way to support his family. Bam! Let's steal some alien tech. Let's sell it on the open market, on the black market, and let's get. You know, let's make some money.
Rich.
Yeah.
And you know what? They were supporting the families. You know, it's kind of a shame. It was sort of like the whole Robin Hood feel. Like, you know, he had to do it.
Right.
It was wrong, but he had to do it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, maybe he was a little overconfident. I mean, he did fry that one guy with not a second thought.
But in all honesty, he didn't remember. He thought.
Oh yeah, he didn't mean
different. Yeah, he thought it was like the anti-gravity gun or something.
Yeah, but he didn't care.
Yeah, he really didn't seem to care too much. But that was the first iteration of another villain who we got in the movie,
Shocker. Yeah.
And, you know, there was then Shocker Part 2. Not that Shocker.
Whoops. So, yeah, Shocker was in it. And we also got
Scorpion at the very end, yeah.
Yeah, he was part of the crew that was ambushed by the FBI.
Right.
On the boat, and you notice him because he has a tattoo on his neck of the scorpion.
Of the scorpion, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, but Vulture's evolution was great. You know, that's what he did, and everything was fine until Spider-Man started getting into his business.
And the Tinkerer.
And the Tinkerer, man.
Almost forgot him. Sorry. Almost forgot him.
So, I mean, the Vulture suit was amazing.
Really cool.
His acting was amazing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the scene that stole the entire movie was the revelation scene.
Oh man, that was crazy. Peter Parker pulls up to Shorty's house. Sorry, I forgot her name.
Liz.
So he pulls up to Shorty's house, right? And he's like, "What's up, girl?" Right?
Taking
you home.
I'm gonna take you.
Woo, we gotta dance.
Prom.
Yeah, after he
Dude.
After that party scene, he screwed up real bad. Anyway, he was gonna own it, and then when they open the door and Vulture's right there, and you're just like, holy crap.
Yo,
he's got them all captured.
I can't believe. How did he know that's where he was going?
Yeah, how do you know that was his girl, that was his shorty, and this and that and that and this, and then all of a sudden, boom, that's Shorty's father.
Yo, mind blown.
Yep, exactly. That was crazy. Oh my God.
Yo, and that car scene where he slowly starts to figure out that Peter is Spider-Man. Oh my God.
There's this heavy-set woman sitting behind me. She's like sweating, and she's like, the anticipation is killing me. And then she lets out a fart. That didn't really happen. Actually.
I was sitting behind you. I don't remember that at all.
You were that heavy-set woman. That's why.
Oh. You were just trying to cover for me? Thanks, man.
But no, yo, that was crazy, man.
Yo, that
was
oh
insane.
My God. So good.
Yo, I was really, man, there's so much sweat behind my knees when that was happening.
Yo, I was scared for him.
Yo, that theater we went to kind of sucked, though, with their chairs. But anyway, the movie
the chairs sucked.
Yeah, they
but
really did.
I liked the view. We were in a balcony seating, and the view was kind of cool.
Yeah, nice.
The city was great. You know, they really nailed New York. I mean, I know a lot of people were just sitting there and they're like, that's not really what Queens looks like. I get it. If you live in Queens, you know that that's the case. But you know Marvel's going to
it's a movie. Shut up, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't bitch and moan. Sorry, I mean.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, about the cars in the ferry, all right? It's worth mentioning, but I didn't.
a lot worse than this.
Did I?
This entire time. I did too.
Oh, shit.
Exactly. So anyway, I had one complaint.
What's that? I didn't hear this complaint.
Oh, yes, you did.
Did I?
I went on about this complaint
after
we got out of the movie the entire time.
Go, I want to hear again.
Marvel just took the timeline of the MCU, bent it over, ripped its panties down, and raped it.
Oh, yeah, I remember you trying to make this point. I don't mind it. I mean, we got a little before, we got a little after.
All right, here's the thing.
Happy ending.
We got an 8 years later thing.
Yeah.
Now, we know that kid was, at the Stark Expo was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
The whole 8 years later thing doesn't add up. It was really should have been 4 years later because of the existence of the MCU. The other thing that got me mad was the fact that, we saw an almost nearly complete New Avengers facility in upstate.
Oh, that was the point you were making. I remember that.
And then, then all of a sudden, Stark sells his building in the middle of Manhattan, and everything's getting emptied out, and it's all getting emptied into there. It just the timeline just didn't make sense to me.
Maybe
None of it
made
sense. I know a lot of people have come to the defense. They've kind of debugged what I'm saying. That my thing is that we almost saw a complete Avengers facility at the very in Ant-Man. Yes, were they still adding on some stuff? How long are they working on this facility? How long is it taking for them to perfect it? And why, out of nowhere, did Stark finally sell his tower at that point? He would have been in negotiation to sell that at least during Civil War, and if not, would have had it sold during Civil War. If somebody has the money to buy Stark Tower, they're probably the only person who's buying it. And who the hell bought Stark Tower?
Maybe
who's got the money?
Maybe Mayor Giuliani.
He doesn't have that much money.
Maybe
Trump?
Maybe it's going to be Trump Tower now.
Oh, that's bad. Bad news. I mean, that's look. Honestly, that's the complaint I have for the film, and it's not even that big of a complaint. I can deal with it. It can easily be fixed. It's nothing that big of a deal. It pissed me off, but it's just because I thought a little bit too much into it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Other than that, though, the movie was damn near flawless.
It was a very good movie. It was very. If I gave it a rating, I'd give it a solid 9.
That's pretty good. I was gonna say an 8.5, and I was leaning towards a 9.
I think what sold it to a 9 with me was that everything worked out well. The last battle was awesome.
I mean, and I like that. And a lot of people didn't like the ending. oh, Spider-Man's got a conscience. Yes, Spider-Man is a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Of course he has a conscience.
What do you expect him to do?
Oh, let's just web this guy in the face and kill him.
Yeah.
No.
What is he, the Winter Soldier? Give him a break.
Exactly.
You know, like, geez, lay off.
Speaking of the Winter Soldier, the opening of the film, where Spider-Man's just talking about everything he did during Civil War, so great.
Yeah.
Such a good way to introduce everything.
Yeah, that was a really cool intro. And, I like the whole, he's just such a kid. Like,
he is,
man.
man.
It set the tone, and that was good, man, that movie is awesome, bro.
It really was.
Oh, and the new suit. Man, that new suit looked great.
God.
At the end, woo, that thing looked amazing.
Kind of got a little hard when I saw that, I'm not going to lie.
That thing was so sexy.
It was so sexy.
It was like finding like a brand new car in your garage.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
but just sleeker and sexier.
Yeah. What about Pepper Potts? I guess they're back together, huh?
I mean, if this is when this is taking place, after everything, it looks like they are. It looks like Tony was going to propose. I mean,
does she still have the powers?
what do you mean?
Remember, she got the powers.
The suit had it.
Who?
The suit, the Iron Man suit had it, not her.
Didn't she have? No, in Iron Man 3, she got the powers. She got like them. She could like get real hot.
That was the suit, wasn't it? Wasn't it the
No,
Iron
it
Man
wasn't the suit. It was her. That's how she survived. She like almost died, but then it turned out like she had powers now or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Did they reverse it? I can't remember if they cleaned that one up.
I block out a lot of Iron Man 3. I only seen it like twice. I really didn't enjoy that movie that much.
Yeah, it's one of the few.
A lot of people
few
argue
movies.
that Thor: The Dark World may have been the worst Marvel movie. I think that Iron Man 3 gives it a lot of stiff competition.
Yeah, those two were a little,
So
in a way.
that's probably why.
I feel like you have
I
to
just
watch
like-
them like 3 times and more to really like respect them
Yeah,
afterwards.
I mean, I did like Ultra Killian. I did. He was a good
he
villain.
was a pretty good villain.
The whole
I didn't
Mandarin
like
thing
the
pissed
twist
me
was
off. But the same thing in Dark World. I really didn't like Malekith's character either. So I mean, whatever. We're getting off topic.
Wasn't it
Malekith.
Whatever. He wasn't that great.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
But look.
Back to Homecoming.
Spider-Man did the right thing. He tied up, Vulture.
Yep.
Sent him
Saved
away
his
from
life.
the cops. Saved
Yeah.
his life. Yeah, I mean, he did the right
good
thing.
you
That
know?
was his girlfriend's dad too. Like he's
Yeah.
got to have a conscience. I can't kill my girlfriend's dad. Like she's never gonna date me, and then she moves anyway. What a
Yeah.
bitch.
Was she moving like Ohio or something?
Yeah, what a bitch.
Yeah, whatever. Utah.
Yeah.
Even though Utah is beautiful.
Utah.
Yeah. Also, we got a little bit of a reveal at the end. Miss MJ.
Yeah. We don't know what that's gonna be yet, but I mean, she could be Mary Jane. Maybe she's not. But MJ was the thing.
Maybe it's Michael Jackson.
Chimona.
You never know. Maybe they'll screw up the timeline for you.
Yeah, right.
But that movie was
trying to
great.
piss me off.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, everything about that movie was great. His character was on point. The action scenes were great. The churro,
Yeah, they really were.
everything.
The churro, yeah.
Yeah,
the churro was great.
Looked like a good churro.
It really did. I can go
What a
with the
sweet
churro.
little lady for giving him that.
Yeah, she's such a nice lady.
But yeah, amazing movie. Can't wait to own it.
Yeah.
No, I literally can't wait to own it. As in, I only purchased the Marvel movies through the phases. So.
Well, I don't. I buy them pretty much as soon as they come out, and there are 2 that I cannot wait to purchase.
Let me
And
guess. Doctor Strange?
I own Doctor Strange already.
Oh, it already came out?
Yeah. I think the only
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh yes.
That was a really good movie. And Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man:
And
Homecoming.
then
man.
Thor.
And it's gonna be Thor.
Wait a minute. So Phase 3 is going to consist of, let's say this together. It's going to have, which one is the first one? Doctor...
Was it? No, it wasn't Doctor
No.
Strange. The last thing in Phase 2 was Avengers: Age of Ultron. Am I right?
No. Yes. No. Ant-Man. So it's going to be Civil War.
I think maybe you're right.
Yeah, it was definitely Ant-Man, the last one. So Phase 3 is going to start off with Civil War. Then we're going to have Doctor Strange. Then we're going to have Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then we're going to have Spider-Man. Then we're going to have Thor Ragnarok. And then I believe the last movie will be Black Panther. And then...
No,
No?
absolutely not.
Shoot.
The last film in Phase 3 is...
Infinity War 1?
It would be... I believe so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
They could really cram 7 movies into Phase 3?
I'm pretty sure. Let's just see.
I thought the other phases were only 6 movies each as well. Maybe I'm wrong.
Here we go. Okay, so Phase 1
Yep.
was Iron Man,
Yep.
Hulk,
Yep.
Iron Man 2,
Yep.
Thor,
Mhm.
First Avenger,
Yep.
The Avengers.
Yes.
6.
6.
Phase 2 was Iron Man 3, Thor
Yep.
Dark World,
Yep.
Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, Ant-Man.
6.
6.
Now.
Phase 3 is Civil War, Doctor Strange,
2.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's 3.
2, Spider-Man Homecoming,
4.
Thor Ragnarok,
5.
Black Panther,
6.
Avengers Infinity War,
So they are going to put that in?
Ant-Man and the Wasp,
You sure they got to cram?
Captain Marvel,
They got to cram 9?
Untitled Avengers film.
They got to cram 10 movies in Phase 3?
Post Phase 3, the only ones that are confirmed are Spider-Man Homecoming sequel and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Wow.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That's going to be a really expensive phase, but I'm willing to pay for it because I
will
want to own it.
see it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Look, final thoughts on Homecoming. I mean,
Homecoming was a very amazing movie. I liked the very plain outfit that he was shown in Civil War.
rocking the hoodie and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you look at the color scheme, the hoodie and everything like that, sort of looked like Scarlet Spider-Man.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, the whole Clone War thing. Oh, yeah, we almost forgot to mention Miles Morales.
Yeah. We saw that Donald Glover's character was
Yeah.
in there, and he mentions he has a nephew, and everybody kind of popped in the movie theater and like, oh, this is my first mention of Miles Morales. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome.
Yeah, that was really good.
And another thing we've got to mention, the reveal for the first time in a Marvel film, and for the first time, pretty much in a long time, we got Spider-Man's aunt finally knows that he's Spider-Man.
Oh my God, was that post credits?
It was post credits.
Yeah, Aunt May walked in on him as he was like, was he taking off his outfit or not?
He was putting it on.
Yo, that looked amazing. It was
It did.
It was
Absolutely
really
did.
really entertaining right there. Like that was everything. I mean, like he accidentally revealed his identity to his best friend, and at the end you see Aunt May knows, which it was good.
And I liked it how they did it. What the bang into the credits.
Yep.
Perfect. And the best
Nah, let's not even say it,
credit scene
because I don't even want to spoil that.
ever.
I want people to wait.
Wait till the end. It is by and far you will absolutely you'll never forget that post credit scene.
That
at
was
the very
appropriate. Yeah, that was good.
Just see it. So my final thoughts on Homecoming, I loved it. I thought it was, just one of the best Spider-Man films, one of the better Marvel films. I think they did a great job, and I think we finally, have settled into a fact that it doesn't look like there's going to be a miss in the MCU. We talked about 2 misfires in Iron Man 3 and Dark World. Other than that, man, how many else was there? Probably none. They did a great job. We finally got what we wanted. We got the perfect Spider-Man movie. And we get the perfect Spider-Man, and we have a good setup for, and look, now we gear up. We gear up for Thor, we gear up for Black Panther, and both of those trailers look amazing, and I can't wait till to see what the future of the MCU is.
Yeah, that was a really good movie, man. Just go see it.
Yeah, if you haven't gone to see it, go see it. If you have gone to see it again. I might go see it again.
Yeah, I think
at one point.
honestly, I'm thinking about seeing it.
Yeah, I think if you want to, just let me know. We'll go.
Yeah, I'm off for the next 3 days. Yeah. Maybe I'll catch up on my Daredevil.
Yeah, there you go. We have something to talk about before the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I like the way you think. All right, so that's pretty much our show for this week.
Thanks for having me again.
Of course. You've kind of become the facet of this show, so kind of really hard to do it without you.
I hope you guys like listening to me.
I hope you guys like listening to both of us.
And if you're anything like me, you're probably cursing me out right now.
Why?
That's what I would do. I don't know, just to do it.
Yeah.
Just to be like, no, we don't like listening to you, and then go into it.
That sounds about right.
Just to clown around.
I probably do that when I listen back to these podcasts. I just yell at myself. Like, you
I do
sound
the
like a
same
douche.
thing. Yeah, I do the same thing. I don't think anyone likes the way they sound.
I love the way I sound. I just don't like myself in general.
I like the way other people like the way I sound.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you know, if you want to get in touch with us, you want to talk about, get involved in the conversation, comment on the Facebook page underneath these videos if you want to get a little bit more involved. If you have ideas of stuff that you want to hear me and Tom talk about on this podcast, man, just hit us up on the Facebook. It's facebook.com/the Slam Sessions Podcast Network, or Twitter. It's at the Slam Sessions. Man, just hit us up. And we'll cover. If you want us to cover it and we're knowledgeable about the subject, we will. So
Yeah,
let us know that you're listening, and thank you for your support.
Thank you.
But that's our show for this week. I'm Albert Albanese.
I'm Tom Melendez.
And we will see you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya.
Go watch Homecoming.
Yeah, do yourselves a favor. Go watch Homecoming.
Do it.
Thanks for listening to the Geek Guy Podcast, right here on the Slam Sessions Podcast Network. You can follow us on Twitter at the Slam Sessions. We'll see you guys next time, and may the Force be with you.